Yo, welcome to the Next Flex Sports Podcast. I am Bezel. I am one of the hosts tonight. Actually, we got some of the guys out, but we have a special guest tonight. But first, we're gonna get into the crew. Right now, I got half of the team we here, so we're gonna start it from top to bottom. Let's go.
Hey, DMVD Nice here for another great show. Let's get it.
Yo, this is Jo. Here to talk sports, talk to Mr. Kevin, see what's going on in his life. Let's get it.
Okay. All right. Well, look, check this out, man. We got a special guest tonight. This man, I can't say don't need an introduction because this introduction is like amazing. Some of the things he's done. Um, I mean, I was reading his bio. I was like, whoa, man, this guy's very impressive, man. And I'm gonna let him introduce himself. So who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, how everybody doing? Everybody doing good?
Oh yeah, we doing
Yes, sir.
amazing.
Doing
Yeah.
great.
I do, man. I always want to praise God, man, and thank Him for waking me up and being able to sit here and talk to you gentlemen today. I'd like to thank my bishop, Bishop Anthony C. Muse, over at the Ark of Safety, and uh, the love Miss Pat Lawson Muse. And having saying that, my name is Coach Dr. Kevin WIlbon, DC native, man. Homegrown. Been around for a while. I'm like the middle of six siblings. From Washington D.C. And I just want to get into this conversation, man, and share my experiences, my life, with you guys, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on. Definitely appreciate that.
Definitely
All right.
welcome.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself. What exactly do you do?
Man, I do everything.
Man, I was gonna say the better question is what don't you do?
Exactly. What don't you do? That resume is impressive.
At this juncture in my life, man, I'm a retired military veteran, 24 years, man, Army veteran. And I'm just enjoying retirement or whatever, but I'm actively the head coach over at Southern Maryland Christian Academy for the boys and girls high school track team and also the middle school track team. So basically, that's what I'm doing at this moment. I'm also doing training. I'm also coaching, and anyone that needs that one-on-one training, specialization training for track or basketball, they can come to me, and I'll take care of them. And I'll do the things that a lot of other coaches are not going to do. Nowadays, man, these coaches, man, they just want to take the best of the crop. I take anybody, man. What I do, I shine them. I get them right so they can get out there and become the great, athletes that they want to become. So right now, that's all I'm doing right now, man. I just finished writing 5 books. I got 5 books that's already published. And got my doctorate degree. I got 5 degrees, my doctorate degree in education. So I'm pretty much right now, focusing on my son. He's at Columbia University. And he's also, he's an academic whiz, man, and he's a track runner. So I'm really focusing on making sure, his journey is good and for him to be able to do the things he needs to do. So right now, that's it right now, man.
So tell me this. Obviously, you coaching track right now. How did your experience in running track and coaching track? How did that start after you got out the military?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. As far as the coaching, well, it actually started back in high school because when I was playing basketball, I graduated from Wheaton High School out in Wheaton, Maryland. And when I was playing basketball, my high school basketball coach told us that we would have to run track in order to make the team. And I don't know if they doing that or whatever, but he actually was like, "You got to run track if you don't want to get cut and you want to, make the team." And being when I was coming up, a lot of people were saying I was already fast. I wasn't. I never thought about running track, but they said I was fast. So I went on and started doing it. I was pretty good in track. So along with playing basketball, I just thought about if I ever got a chance to coach, that would be one of my philosophies and me coaching. So instead of just having coaching basketball, I went on and started doing track. And then, it started to grow on me, as far as just doing track, at a full time, to help people out and everything. Because track now is very, very popular. At one time, track wasn't as popular as it is You know what I'm saying? So people getting NIL deals, people getting sponsorships and all this type stuff. But track is a big thing. And if you notice, it's always on TV, and they're always talking about somebody on track. And if it's not on TV, it's definitely on social media. So, that's one of the reasons why I'm in it. But I do know that, people that run track, it's not only about track, it's about life lessons and everything else. And I mix all of that into what I do when I do coach track. But, my thing was, I was actually a high school basketball coach before I was a track, coach.
Yeah,
Now,
there's two different, but you can see that the philosophy of track is a little bit different from basketball, but it's still sports. I mean,
right.
obviously, the training wise, it's a different philosophy. So, can you talk about what do you do differently when coaching track compared to sport, basketball, or your style of coaching? What's your style of coaching right now?
My style of coaching is first, I want to make sure that the athlete is interested in what they're doing. Because a lot of times, you get these athletes, parents bring them there and just drop them off. They just, y'all probably been through that before or seen that. And that's what they do. And, the first thing, they don't have to fall in love with the sport. But if they're going to be out there, I'm going to push them to their potential. The difference, what I do between track and basketball, with track, I know it's a whole lot of running involved. You got physically and mentally fit to run track, because a lot of people don't understand that track is a wear and tear sport. People football is, wear and tear, but track, man, you can get hurt just as quick, in running track. But with basketball, of course, you got to run in the whole 9 yards, but it's a little bit redundant because with basketball, you're teaching more about using more of your hands than you do your feet. Of course, you have the footwork and everything else that you have to do in basketball. But with track, it's like, over and over and over. You have them go out there, run 150s, have them run 350s, have them run 800s, stuff like that. Whereas in basketball, all you do is just run suicides and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But with my philosophy, I feel like they go hand in hand, because if you're running track, you can use that in any sport, no matter what that you play. If you're running track and you're fast, you're valuable, because in baseball, they look at the 40. And then, my thing is, if you run fast in baseball, you really only have to hit. Nowadays, as long as you're running fast, they're going to take you. In baseball, they pay a whole lot of money. So, whole lot of money. Tracking, and soccer and other sports. But, my philosophy, is almost the same. It's not that much different. But the mentality of the athlete is a little bit different in each sport, because you got some lazy people in basketball that don't want to run. And then, track, you got people, man, that want to run all day, but then they get out on the track and they don't do nothing. So it's it's.
Good, JL.
Okay, so I have a question more about like you coach high school a lot, right? So I wanted to ask this, man. I know I stepped into high school coaching a few years ago, and I've come to this issue, and I want to know how do you deal with the nutrition factor in high school? Because kids, when they come to practice and when they do certain things and they go throughout the day, and usually practices after school, they don't eat well. And I wanted to know what kind of things have you done or tried to do to try to help with their nutrition?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people now, because of, and we're talking about private school versus public school. If you're going to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? In a private school, they're gonna have a nutritionist for you, whereas in public, we're gonna have to do it ourselves as coaches.
Right.
And what I tell them, you got to eat every day. You have to eat 2 or 3 meals a day. You can't just come to practice and not hydrated. My thing is out, things for them to eat, to make sure they know what they're eating. Because a lot of times you can tell them all day long, you need to eat bananas, you need to eat pancakes, you need to eat waffles, you need to stay off, all that candy, and all that other stuff, and they won't do
The
it.
chips, all the chips.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of it.
We all are.
Listen, in high school, I did not eat well myself, but
Exactly. Eat honey
I
buns.
ate. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids don't even eat. Like, I've had athletes come to practice and they say, "Coach, I'm tired." I'm like, or I'm dehydrated or something like that. I'm like, "Dude, did you drink water today? Like, have you eaten today?" They be like, "I haven't eaten all day." Like, they come to practice like, "I haven't eaten all day." Why you got the chips in your hand? "Oh, I ain't ate all day." do you mean you ain't ate all day? I'm
Well,
confused. I got lunch.
what and I make it a promise, and I also make it something that I do each year that I coach. We have meetings with the family and the parents and stuff like that, and we go over nutrition with them. We give them, paperwork on what they can eat and what they should come to practice. So we leave that on the parents, because a lot of times the parents are not monitoring the kids when they're out at home eating and stuff like that, especially kids that's very active, that's very good in sports. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they still tend to eat those snacks and stuff like that. So as coaches, we should take it upon ourselves to make sure that they get this type of, knowledge of what they should be eating and what they shouldn't be eating. And I'm gonna tell you like this: when they come to practice, I can tell if they ate or not. I can tell by the way their mood is, the way their mind is, the way they move when they're out there on the track. And then, a lot of times they won't tell you because they're scared to tell you. But then, you side and you talk to them and they'll be like, yeah, coach, I didn't eat today or whatever. And,
Yeah.
hey, you got to do this. And a lot of times, man, you have to tell them, hey, if you're not going to eat, then you ain't going to run. If you're not going to eat, you're not going to play, because what you're doing is hurting the athlete by having them out there doing all of that stuff. Next thing you know, they falling out, they passing out, and all this come back on. That come back on.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
So,
Coach, I got.
go ahead, Bizarre. What you saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you this, like, how many championships you won?
I won 10.
10, right? And I see them. You got the jury, right? The 10. That's amazing, right?
And I borrow one and say I want one.
Sure. Tell you, man, a lot of times, man, and I don't, brag about it or say anything about it. I go out here and I watch these coaches coach in the whole 9 yards. And and a lot of times I don't even wear my ring, but I sit there and laugh, because a lot of times they think they're out there really doing something. They think.
You preaching to the choir. I'm telling you.
So with this question,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm not the greatest coach out there, but I am a coach. I am a athlete's coach. I take care of my athletes. And what I mean by take care of my athletes, if they're going to go out there and bust their tail for you, you should be busting your tail getting them in school. And these coaches are doing that. And I can safely say, in the 40 years that I've been coaching, I put close to 40, 50 kids in school. I made sure that I contacted these D1, D2, D3 JUCO coaches and make sure that they got in school, because that was my promise to them. If they're going to go out there and go hard for you, you got to go hard for them, man. And I'm not doing that. And, I'm an old school coach. That's one of the reasons why, I'm kind of glad I'm coaching track, because these new wave high school basketball coaches, man, they're not like the coaches that came up with us, man. The kids run coaches now. The kids.
Football too. Don't let. I know you don't do a whole lot, but football too.
You know what I'm saying? So those type people that's easily being played with, because I'm still old school. I'm like this. You don't do what you're supposed to do, you just won't play.
So let me ask you this: what's the difference between a championship team and a talented team?
The difference between a championship team. Go ahead. You gonna say something?
What?
No, I'm asking you. Yeah, I want you to know. I want to know from you. We interviewing you.
That's fine. Okay, the difference between a championship team and a talented team. You can have a talented team, but if they don't gel, they ain't winning nothing. Because each individual on their team can be talented at what they do. But if they're not in a cohesive unit and they're not together when they play, you ain't winning nothing. But if you got a championship team, okay, they're doing all the right things. Everybody's on all cylinders. Everybody's trusting each other out there, whether it's football, basketball, track, baseball, or whatever. And everybody believes in the concept of trying to win and not just being that, that person, that one person. So I had a whole lot of talented kids on one team before, man, and we got beat 50 to what? 10. And I ain't ashamed to say that. And they were talented, but you know what? Yeah. Everybody wanted to shoot. Nobody wanted to pass.
You got to sacrifice.
Defense. They didn't want to do none of that. So that right there is the difference between a championship team and a talented team. You can have 100 talented guys out there and they won't win nothing. And you can have some people that's subpar, that's not as good as those other kids, and they'll get gelled together. Look at the Spurs. let's talk about the Spurs. The Spurs are not a flashy team, right? You remember
Mm-hmm.
when they had Tim Duncan and all of them in the whole 9 yards? Everybody else was out there, man, flexing, showing off, dunking, doing all this stuff, crossing over and all that. You look at the Spurs, they were boring, right? But look how many
Mm-hmm.
championships they won. You
Yeah.
would hear about maybe 2 or 3 people on the team. What,
They was
Ginobili?
a well disciplined team.
Very well disciplined,
Exactly.
very well disciplined, and they were very cohesive.
Yeah.
Everybody else was talented. You had a lot of teams that were talented. Allen Iverson and them, they had a talented 76ers team. But it seemed like only Allen Iverson was getting his man.
Yeah.
Everybody else, man, just they was not gelling. So that's what I'm saying. When it
But
comes to
part of that, someone want. I mean, they all made it. We have a guy on the podcast that say if you make it to the league, is I'm not gonna say he say they good, but you know what I'm getting at, right?
yeah,
Because I don't want to misquote him.
so if you make it to the league, you made it because
Yeah.
how many people don't make it to
You're
the league?
talented. You got some
Exactly.
skill.
Talented. How many
Yeah.
people? How many people are going to become professional in running track? How many people IL deals in running track? How many people going
Mhm.
to football? So it's like a long shot. It's like a long shot, but it's like what Jo said. You are talented. Now, you're talented, but are you going to be a team player? If you're not going to be a team player, you can be talented and get
Yeah.
all the money that you're going to get. But if you're not a team player, your team ain't going. You're not going anywhere.
Well, coach, let
You
me
know, I
ask you
believe
this.
also the work. You got to put in the work. Like
Oh, most definitely.
talent
Yeah.
is just what it is, but that work. And
That
I
work.
was gonna, that I back you up on that. That's you got to gel, but you got to work at that too. Like it's work. The work is got to be there.
Yeah, and
Well, coach, I
I said
wanted to know.
I said gel, but gelling is just like you still got to put in that work too. And
Yeah, of course.
that's why they have some of the urban coalition, suburban coalition, and stuff like that because they want the kids to get to know each other before the regular season even start. And they don't really do that much anymore like they used to do. Y'all remember Jealous Boys Club? I don't know if y'all remember Jealous Boys Club up in DC, and they used to do the little urban coalition down at Dunbar.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
back
to it.
I used to actually referee a lot of those games down there. And when you see those kids in summer league, you'd be like, oh, okay, they play for Roosevelt, or they play for Woodson or Wilson or something like that. And then you see those kids in regular season, you're like, they ain't the same team I seen in the summer. Them jokers, man, they jail, man. They playing now.
Mm-hmm.
It does take a whole lot of work to jail, and it take a lot of work to be a cohesive.
Well, I wanted to ask you this because this is been on my mind all day, right? What is the biggest mistakes young athletes make today?
I think if we're talking about trying to a great athlete or something like that, a lot of times a lot of people are in their ear, and I feel like
Mhm.
if they just can tune out the outside, they will become a better athlete because we had a whole lot of, and I've seen this forever because, like I said, I've been coaching for over 40 years. I used to have a whole lot of talented players, and I used to hear people on the sideline saying, you know what? You better than everybody on that team. You don't even need to be on that team. You should be somewhere in the
Yeah.
whole cars. That's one of the biggest problems right now because if you're looking at it, a lot of people are transferring. I'm not even talking about colleges and the transfer portal right now. I'm talking about high school people transferring from one school to another school, and
Yeah.
and not even just private school, but public school as well, using other
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
people's press, doing all of that stuff in the whole 9 yards because they want to be on a winning team. My thing is, if they just focus on what they're doing and do what they do best, they're going to end up being winners. They're going to be good. So I think my number one thing is tune out all the noise on the outside. Play your game, wherever it is, and just do what you need to do and stop listening to everybody else.
So obviously, high school sports and going to college sports have changed throughout the years. With NIL, you can change colleges, people every year. I mean, where do you see this going in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you think they're eventually going to try to, obviously, cats out the bag? They're never going to be able to stop the NIL. But do you see the advantages and what do you see in the future? How this is going to affect college athletes? And
Well, think right now, it's like a new wave thing, and everybody's trying to do it now. It's going to get to the point where kids are going to get spoiled and want to get paid and not play the game. Because y'all remember back in the 70s and the 80s when they played the game, they played the game for the love and to win a championship. Now, a lot of times they're playing for the sport and just the money. They're not playing any defense anymore. They're shooting threes. You got 7-footers, man, shooting threes and stuff like that. Don't want to get in the paint. Don't want to mix it up, and they want to shoot. Now, as far as NIL stuff and the whole 9 yards, they're out there paying 8th graders now.
Are they?
Yes, they are out there talking about this kid in the 8th grade is going to get $5 million when they get in the 9th grade. Man, what kind of message? What message are we sending the younger kids that's coming up? Because now you're going to have so many people scared that they're not going to make it, and they may not even want to play sports anymore. And my thing is, I think, should they get paid to play? I am one of the ones, although I'm old school, yes, I think they should get paid to play.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Still think they should get paid to play because all these other businesses and colleges are making money off of them.
Yeah.
They go to championship, they go to playoff, they do all of this. Who get the money? The colleges, the universities.
Yep.
The kids don't get nothing. They got raggedy shoes, man, the same uniform. I think they should get paid. Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I
do too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it should be an age limit where they get paid. I don't think they should start getting paid off at 13 and 14 years old. I don't think that, unless you got somebody that's out there playing like LeBron and Kobe and somebody like that at 13 and 14. But when you start talking about them doing that, then what's next? You're going to kill the sport. You're going to actually kill it. But I do believe that they should get paid for playing. And whoever don't believe in that, that's on them. But me as a coach in 40 years, man, I wish I was coming up in this time. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man, I could actually play some basketball. But back then in the 70s, they wasn't too keen on short guys.
Yeah. Of course.
I was out there, man, 5'8", guarding a guy 6'1".
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was, I had no fear. I was still out there, man, being a nuisance. I was out there running around, stealing balls and doing all kind of stuff, man. But they wasn't, too keen on short people back then. But now, when Muggsy Bogues came out, Spud Webb and all of them and the whole 9 yards, they changed the whole.
And that boy Jalen Brunson that won the championship.
He's 6'3", so he's really short.
He knows 6'3".
How tall is he?
He listed at 6'1".
He about 6'1".
Hey, but you want to know
He ain't
5'8". Joey, do you believe he's 6'3"? Do you believe that?
No, but he listed at 6'3".
Okay, short.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
correct.
Let me ask you. I got a couple. Let me first
It's a two.
Want to know. They want to know how social media changed athletes today. How do you think?
Man, I think social media changed, man, in a big way, bro. I mean,
okay, well, 2 parts. So, how they change, and do you think the being able to be scouted and seen has social media helped that? So this is kind of a 2-part thing.
2-part question. That's a 2-part question.
All right, the first part. Yes, social media has changed sports, and the reason why it changed sports is because now you really don't have to, as a scout, you don't even have to go nowhere to scout anybody anymore. Now they can go ahead and record it and put it on social media. So they see that. They don't even have to jump on a plane and take a trip, And my thing is this, though. I still feel that social media, although it's changed sports, I have 2 feelings about it. I think it changed sports for the better, and then it changed sports for the another way. And the reason why it changed sports for the better is because, like you said, now people can be seen, get scouted, and don't have to actually be there in the whole 9 yards. I think now it changed now for the worse is because now you're seeing a whole lot of stuff that you have not been seeing that's not positive. A whole lot of negativity is coming out now. You have a whole lot of people, and I don't like to use the word haters or any haters and stuff like that. Say naysayers, stuff like that, and do positive stuff. You got people bashing you in the whole 9 yards on social media. So social media,
yes, they haters. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Exactly,
It,
exactly. And you got to cut all that noise out. And so with that, I want to transition real quick. I was going through your bio, and you really talk about bullying, cyberbullying, and the books you wrote. I really want to understand, why did you write those books? Where did you get the inspiration? I have a son who middle school bullying, and as a parent, it's tough to see these kids just do stupid stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I understand how to handle that as a parent. Also, what kids need to do, um, to get through those situations. Kids are mean, so definitely I want to learn
Very
more
mean.
about your books.
but the reason what prompted me to write about bullying is because I seen it in all facets. Not only in school, I seen it at work. I seen it in the military. I seen it in sports, in the whole 9 yards. And I've always wondered, do parents know about this? Do the parents know that their kids are doing this? Do they know if their kids are getting bullied? Do they know if their kids are out there bullying people? So I've actually seen kids jump on kids, and in track and in basketball, and they'll come in for no reason and pick on people in the whole 9 yards. So I wanted to research and explore that. And plus, I did that in my dissertation for my doctoral degree. I did bullying. So once I did that and did a whole lot of research on it, it came to me. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and write a couple of books on this to try to help people out, because a lot of times people do not know what's really going on. So I can give you, some different signs of what you can look for in bullying, if that's something that you want to know about, or 9 yards, because bullying, man, is something that's hard to detect. But once you know these different signs and stuff, you can almost feel like, okay, something is going on. Because a lot of time when a kid is getting bullied, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to tell
Yep,
nobody. They feel like
exactly.
if they talk to you about it, and I don't want to use this word wrong, they think that they soft, because
Mhm.
they're getting jumped on in the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna tell you, like I told y'all at the beginning, before we came on, I grew up in Northeast and Northwest, and man, all of that was going on, bullying in the whole 9 yards. Man, we had to fight all the time, man. But it's gotten worse now to the point they're shooting now. You know what I'm saying? They're not,
Yeah.
and they're doing all of this for no reason
Yep.
whatsoever. So I would say that, the different signs, I'm gonna tell you the different signs, if you see, sleeping habits change, they starting to feel sick, stomach ache, stuff like that, they're avoiding friends, don't want to talk to nobody, their self-esteem is low, you know, if they self-harm themselves, have risky behaviors, if they lose any kind of possession, and especially if their grades are dropping. If their grades
Yeah.
are for no reason, especially if that they're better than that, and they're a better student than that, then something's going on. And that's something that needs to be discussed. And, if you sit down and you talk to your kids and you let them know that it's okay, let me know, I got you, or whatever, that they'll talk to you. And it's how you talk to them, because when we came up, it's like, you better go back out there and fight. You better go back out there and do this. You know what? You better not
Mhm.
come here crying. If they beat your butt, you better go back and go back and beat them. It's a little bit different now. Things are totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, so you go out there now and fight with a fist, they're gonna bring a knife. You bring a knife,
Yep.
they
We're gone. Yeah.
it's real hard. But bullying is a real thing, and it's not just in school. It's at work. It's in the streets. It's in the military. It's everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
So that's why it's very important for people to actually pick up some books, man, and look and read, because it's real. We're losing too many people to bullying, and it's not
Yep.
just them getting in fights. We're losing them their lives, man.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I wrote those two books, man. And I mean, I really got deep into researching that. So if people really want to know and they're going through, they need to get my books for real. And I'm not doing this for no book sales, because I ain't been really getting no book sales. Right now, I've just been, actually writing what I feel, letting people know. And if they really want to know, they need to look at it. I've been around for 40, well, I've been around for 64 years, but I've been out there in the street coaching and being around all kind of people, for 40 years. And I've seen it all, so, I have a lot to say about it. So, yeah, man, especially if you're going through that, especially with athletes, I talk to them about that. I don't being a coach is not just being a coach in your sport. It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
trying to figure out what's going on with your athlete because you don't know what's going
Yep.
on. They could
Yep.
come to practice and all kind of stuff can be going on with them and you don't know. So you have to have some kind of empathy, and a lot of coaches don't have time for that. And I'm not one of them coaches.
Well, Coach, I want to ask you this: do you know Uncle Vicious one? Because they be having some good questions, and right now they want to know from you. They say, how do you get through it? Being everywhere, with it being everywhere, like how do you get through it?
The bullying.
Yes.
Okay, this is how you get through it, and being all over the place. Everyone has a bullying prevention number or a bullying place that they can call if they feel like someone that they know, their loved ones, their kids, someone in school, somebody at work is getting bullied. And all you have to do is go to got information for you if you want to, want that information in regards to bullying. But my thing is always look at your kids' devices, especially if they're on social media. And a lot of times you definitely need to check and make sure that they're not out there because that's where they getting it. That's where they getting our kids at, man, on that
Yep.
phone, on that device.
That's what
Exactly.
somebody
The
said.
cyberbullying.
It's
Yep.
cyberbullying. Sharon
Real.
Collins 3215
All
said
right.
it's cyberbullying.
All right, cyberbullying, man, that's a big one. And the reason why cyberbullying is big because people can hide behind a mask. You don't even know who's doing it, and they can do that all day long without you knowing. So my thing
Yep.
is, with the cyberbullying, I would say, check your kid. A lot of people don't want to put that type of restriction on their kids, and I feel that's wrong because I think at a certain age, you should still be checking your kid's phone. You should also be knowing who they're talking to, knowing what kind of apps they downloading in the whole 9 yards. Now, with cyberbullying and stuff like that, I would tell kids if you see something on your phone, on your computer that don't look right, bring bring it to your bring it to some kind of adult figure so they can see because anybody can be on that other end when it comes to cyber.
Yep.
And cyberbullying is pretty much more that's what's killing our kids now because
Yeah.
it's out there and they don't know who's on that other line or who's on that device, talking to them in the whole 9 yards. So cyberbullying to me is it's more deeper than it is than that
No,
on.
I definitely think the younger generation are more reliant on their devices, and that's what makes cyberbullying so tough. I have my teenage nephews in town and my son. I mean, all they want to do is sit on their phone all night, talking to girls, talking to people, but it's just on the phone. They don't need nothing else but a phone in a dark room, talk on the phone, chatting. It's just the communication skills and the younger generation right now is just totally different than how we grew up.
Most
Um, it's
definitely.
just something we gotta, kind of have to teach them. Put the phones away. You gotta have no screen time, especially at a young age. When it's hard. Like obviously in the summertime. Back in the day, summertime, we outside all day. We're not on the phone. We're not on devices. These days, they'll do a couple things during the day, but then they back on devices playing games all day. And so it's tough as parents. You got to really pay attention what obviously your child is watching. You got to stay on top of. You got to limit screen time, take breaks. But it's tough, especially these young kids, man. It's influenced so much by the phones, and it's
Parental
just ridiculous. It's tough.
and you can't preach it enough. Parental guidance. And my thing is, a lot of people blame the kids. A lot you can't blame the kids. You got to blame the adults because the adults not taking their time to see what their kids are doing, who they're talking to, like I say, what apps they're downloading, in the whole 9 yards. And like I say, if your kids are acting strange for no reason, that could be one of the things while they're acting strange because of what they're seeing on their devices in the whole 9 yards. And I mean, like you said, it's hard. Cyberbullying is probably the hardest thing to combat and prevent. Like I say, old school bullying back then when you fight, hey, you fight. That's it.
It was a fight. It was a fight.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying forever and ever and ever. And they can damage you because our kids nowadays are not mentally tough like we were coming.
Exactly.
Well,
People to, who's looking at this saying he don't know what he's talking about. No, what I'm saying is a lot of these kids nowadays, they're not mentally tough, and they
Well,
need.
Hmm.
well, I believe that's
Yeah.
because I think a lot of it has to do with, and it's not anybody's really real fault, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, like you said, technology has come so far, but kids don't go outside and get that experience of being outside in adversity situations, even if it's not even fighting, just in on the court doing things like growing up in our neighborhood. Me and Bezel, I mean, we went to the court every day, and something popped off every day, an argument or something. You had to deal with it, like you couldn't run from it. I mean, one time, I ain't gonna lie, I remember one time, I don't know if you was there, B. Barry, remember Big Barry?
yeah.
It was and we got in a fight. I wasn't even playing. Barry 6'5", and I walked off with my ball and I was going home. Barry chased me and said, "Give me the ball." And we sat there, and I'm 5'7", 5'7". I'm shouting at him, and he was like, and basically, when we worked through it, he said, "Man, I'll give you a ball, man. I'm gonna finish this game. I'm bring your ball to your house." And guess what he did? I went home. He came and brought my ball to my house. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the fact that we got into it because we was outside. But we got to work through it without having to deal no outside forces, no, we face to face, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But I don't think the kids get to do enough of that interact. Even in school, they on
Hmm.
phone, telling each
Exactly.
other from floor to floor, doing this and doing that. Even at lunch, they on the phone. Like they don't get that interaction like D Nice said, the communication, the
Right.
in-person communication is just it's stowed off. It's it's kind of crazy nowadays. But I think the adversity that you have to go through being face to face with somebody and having to work that out. One, so 6'5" Barry don't beat my ass. And two, I want my ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my basketball. If I don't go home, my father gonna kill me for this ball. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I had to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it is what it is. I think you're right about the mentally tough thing because they don't have to go through a lot of that physical in-person interaction. And like
Right.
you said, the cyberbullying is just some punk behind a screen name that's doing something that he know he ain't gonna have to answer for.
Keyboard gangsters. But I
That's
want
right.
to ask you.
Keyboard gangsters, right?
I want to ask you this, Doc. I want to ask you this. You know, I got bullying is a big thing, right?
Right.
Because and it's a different level with me because I got two special need children. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a different world. But what if you find out that your children are the bullies? Like, how do you handle? How do you like? This is
That's a good
serious.
question.
How do you
Yeah, that's
handle
a good
if your
question.
child is the bully, and how do you handle if your child is getting bullied? You know what I mean?
And that's a two-part question. All right. The
Yes.
first one: how do you handle if your child is the bully? Okay. First thing is you got to make sure that he is the bully, and if he is the bully, what you need to do is get him help. And what I mean by get him help, you
Help or
know,
the belt? What are you saying? What are you
oh,
saying?
you can't beat him no more.
Both.
Yeah, you
Both.
can.
You beat him, you might as well say you're gonna get some jail time, bro. But I mean,
Yeah,
Exactly.
you're right.
that's how we came up. You go out
Yeah, of
there
course.
when you got home, you got beat, and not
Yep.
only people in the street that knew you beat your butt too before your
Yeah.
parents got home because they
Hmm.
had that type of permission back then. But you can't do that now. You raise your hand at a kid now, they'll come out and tell you, "Hey, I call 911. You out of here." And they'll tell you that, and I'll be like this: you call 911. Make sure they take care of you. Make sure they feed
Mhm.
you, clothe you, and take you in for the rest of the time.
So
And
what
make
Because
kind
sure
of
they
help do
get
you
here
get?
before I
What kind
kill
of
you.
help? What kind of help do you get them? You say get them some help. Like if they are the bullying, doing the bullying, how? What kind of help? Is it advice or like
I would get them mental. I would get them mental health, and you give them advice first. My
Mhm.
thing is depend on how deep the bullying is. If it's somebody that just go around pushing people and acting crazy and stuff like that, but they're not necessarily like really hurting them or something like that, then you give them advice and you let them know if you do it again, there's gonna be some consequences and repercussions. Now, my thing is you got bullies out there that actually trying to hurt people, take their money, rob them in the whole 9 yards. those type of people need professional help. They need mental
Yeah.
professional help. You don't want to just send them to jail because we don't really know what's going on with them. So you really need to find out exactly what's going on
The root
and
problem.
say that you would take them to. They have places where you can go get mental health for kids and grown up as well. You take them there first, let them deal with them and see what they can find. And if they can find some solution to help them stop their bullying, then all is good. But if they can't, then there's a problem. And if the kid keeps doing that, that kid gonna go away. It's as simple as that. I'd rather for my kid to be in a mental uh, help stage than to be in a jail cell. So
Mhm.
my
Yeah.
I would get them help. And that's if my kid is the bully. Now, if my kid is getting bullied, I would tell my kid just like this, and especially, coming up now. If somebody push you, you push them back. And I know that may not sound kosher because I have a son that he don't bother nobody. He's my middle son. His name is Kevin. He never bothered anybody. But he wasn't one. He's a good finisher. You start something with him, and I'm like, you know what? That's what you do. And then I'll deal with the principal
The
or whoever
consequence. Yeah.
or whole 9 yards because I'm not going to let nobody just push my kid around. A lot of kids always come and say, well, you know what? If I fight back, I'm going to get suspended. No, you go ahead and fight back and let me deal with the suspension part because you're not going to let somebody sit there and beat up on you. I don't care who it is. And I don't care what schools say. Hey, well, you know what? He didn't adhere to the rule book and the whole 9 yards. My thing is what is he supposed to do? Stand there and just get beat? That's not going to happen. So my thing is, if someone is getting bullied, especially somebody that don't want to fight, if they don't want to fight, then they need to come and tell a parent. And I'm sure they got a cousin, they got a brother, or somebody that will. But just don't do it on school property.
Yeah. Exactly. Get in
We got
trouble.
a question. The
But
question
listen,
was,
I'm
have you
you to
ever
go out and fight. I'm just saying, don't start nothing. But if it happens to you, be a good finisher.
handle your business?
Yes.
But they
Finish it up.
said Sharon Collins said 3215 said, have you ever handled a student that came to you about being bullied?
You know what? You know who that is? That's my sister, man. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. Yes, I have. Sharon.
What's up, sis? We see you.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I have. I have had, and I mean, over 40 years, of course. I've seen it, and they didn't have to come to me. I had to intervene. And
Mm,
yeah, and what I did, I was trying to find out, what got to the root of him getting bullied or her getting bullied. And a lot of times it's because they get in arguments and stuff like that. And then once you get to a point, a boiling point, a person that don't want to fight won't fight, and the person that want to fight is going to fight them, and they won't do anything back. So that's still a part of being bullied. So I'm like, if they're just messing with you for no reason, then I'll handle it myself. I'll take care of that. Especially if it's an athlete that I know. And I used to teach too in high school, so I've had that problem before in school. And I tell my kids before they come into class, if you don't want to be here, don't come. I'll send you straight to the principal's office. You can go there now, and that way we can just cut all the middleman stuff out, and you ain't gotta worry about getting in there, messing with people, and and acting a fool. So I really never really had that type of problem in school, but as far as like out in public and being a coach and stuff, I see that a lot, and I handle it, and I talk to their parents because first of all, you don't put your hands on nobody else's kid. That's the first
right,
thing. If you're a coach,
right.
I don't care what they're doing. You don't put the. If I got a kid that's like 6'8", weigh about 250 pounds, and they out there beating somebody, I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
Mm,
You already know what's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna put my hands on them. So I tell coaches, don't put your hands on them because these kids nowadays, man, they ain't having that. A lot of kids don't like you even hollering and fussing at them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
handling a bully, it's not as hard as you think it is. A lot of times if you don't say something, it's going to continue. But if you say something about it, most times it will disappear and it'll go away.
mm. Oh
Yeah.
man,
I
that's
got
that's
you.
that's that's deep,
So
man. Yeah, somebody said is your son really that decorated? Is this your son coming? Is this your son? Listen, cause we gonna get to your son, right? We being patient. But wait
Oh,
a minute, before we transition to your son, right? Is
uh,
this your son?
nope, I don't know who that is.
All right. We gonna play this video real quick, right? We gonna play this video.
But if you want to
All
know,
right, let me check it out.
the truth, who's
Isn't
never
just a
saying that.
childhood issue. It can be a lifelong scar. For centuries, bullying has followed us from classrooms to communities, and now into the digital world. Cyberbullying, harassment, intimidation, and silence. But I refuse to stay silent on this issue. Drawing from real-life experiences as an educator, coach, and mentor, I, Coach Dr. Kevin WIlbon Sr., exposes the harsh reality of bullying and the damage it leaves behind. This book doesn't just explain the problem, it offers solutions, coping strategies, awareness, and a path toward healing. It's time to stand up and speak out and protect our future. Overcoming Bullying and Its Effects by Coach Dr. Kevin WIlbon Sr. Get this book, because bullying and cyberbullying have no place or space in this human race. So that's the case. Hashtag Stomp Out Bullying.
And listen, we gonna get you in studio because I want you to bring, a couple books, and we gonna support you and we gonna buy it directly from you. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is big.
Most
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
I think that, out of everything that I've done, as far as coaching and stuff like that, I think bullying is my main thing. I'm on a crusade to help people as much as I can when it comes to bullying in the whole 9 yards. And, I'll take that over sports any day. My thing is, man, we're losing too many people because of all this nonsense that's going out there in the street. And, and I'm definitely an advocate for it. And if anybody that's watching this want me to come to your school, your university, or anything like that to speak, just hit me up, because I definitely do that, because I take bullying very seriously.
Definitely,
that's
definitely,
amazing.
definitely.
And I just want to add this a little bit. I also coach mentally challenged kids. I had a kid that had autism, right? And his father, his name was Roosevelt Cunningham. And I think Roosevelt probably was about 14 years old when I got him. And he wanted to learn how to play basketball. And a lot of coaches, they don't take time to want to do that, to take time out to do that. What I did, I went on and I started doing private lessons with this young man. And Roosevelt, I want to say he's about 6'3" or 6'4", and never played a day of basketball, man. Never played. And I coached him for about, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months. He got colleges after him left and right, bro. He has autism. So if you got kids that's out there that's, mentally challenged, with autism and stuff like that, hit me up as well. I'll do that, because I feel like everybody deserves a fair shake. I don't care who it is. They wasn't, they didn't ask to be born that way, and they want to get out there and they want to do stuff like everybody else. And I'll do that.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Oh,
That's
man.
that's
How old is
that
he?
is amazing.
How old is the guy you coach? How old is he?
Roosevelt Cunningham, he's probably about 16 now. He either 16 or 17, but he was.
Okay. He's still in high school. Okay. All right.
And he had colleges, man, actually hitting him up, bro. I mean, he could
That's
actually,
good.
man. And, it was a challenge for me at first, because, you have to really take your time and understand where they're coming from and how they
Yep.
do and how they move in the whole 9 yards. But then after, I got to know him after a while, he started easing into it. And, man, he started playing, man. And I'm like, I was very amazed that, he did that, Man, they're human like everybody else, man, and they need love, and support. And I did that for him, and I think that's one of my most amazing accomplishments that I did in 40 years, because I've never dealt with, kids like that. And by me doing that, man, that made me feel real good, to see that, he's thriving now and he's actually, playing basketball. But he was a beast in football already,
Okay.
but he's never.
Okay. He's already an athlete. He's just time for basketball.
But
Okay.
he wanted to play basketball. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and answer that question too. Somebody asked, "Is my son really that decorated?" Tell them to Google him.
Well, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, because we gonna segue into your son before we get into the other sports and stuff that's going on, because that's what we want to do is segue into your son. Because when you sent me the information and I was looking at some of your stuff and it was so impressive, and then I looked at your son's stuff and I'm like, yo, he is impressive as well. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh man, this is, I mean, amazing. Like,
I
and
appreciate
and I want to know, like, for real, you know when did your son take up sports, and what was his first sport that he played, or before he got into track and all that?
yeah, Christian Wilbon, and Christian started playing sports at 6 years old.
Mm.
Christian actually started playing uh, tackle football. He actually started playing tackle football. He played with the Westlake Bulldogs out here in Charles County. He played with the
Charles County. Yep.
Wildcats, the Wildcats out here, the Charles County Wildcats. And he really did like football at that time. But then when he got introduced to track, for some reason, man, he just, that was his thing. He found his niche. And I coached him. He played football, basketball, soccer, track, and baseball. He was good. He was actually good in all sports. But then in football, they kept putting him, on the line. I'm like, hold
Oh
up.
wow.
Hey, I'm like this boy, the fastest dude out here, and you got him on the line. So me and my wife, we was like, you know what? Nah, we ain't having that. We not gonna do that. They played him at quarterback a couple of times or whatever, but then he got tired of being on the line. He's like, Dad, I don't want to play football no more. So I said, well, we're gonna try everything, and we're gonna find your niche. Man, he got the track, man, and and it just took off. He just took off, man, and so track is his thing now. But he played all sports. All of my boys played all sports. I got three boys, man. 19, one that's going to be 29. Got one, man, that's going to be, let me see, KJ, I think he's going to be either 39 or 40. And all of them played every sport. And all of them are brilliant boys, man. My oldest graduated from Virginia State. He played football in high school at Long Reach High. Then my middle one played football at Westlake High School, and he's a poet, man. He's a fluent poet. He can actually get out there and do his thing. And I got the young one, man. He's at Columbia University, and he's an academic whiz, man. But he's also a track runner.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing because really these days people specialize in sports so much, and then you got only play football, only play basketball. You don't play multiple sports. What I'm saying, you can get a feel for everything, not just specialize in one sport until you really get good, really good. What I'm saying? So all the accolades that he received, I mean, which one are you most proud of as a father, or and seeing him achieve?
I think my most proud accolade is when he got that 5.0 GPA in high school.
Mm.
Because my thing is, I ain't seen that. I haven't seen him get that. And I told him, me and my wife, we told him, never, track is something that you use, as a tool or whatever. Although he was, very good in track, he's very good. But we press upon our kids that academics is first. And if you got the academics, you're going to go far because
Yeah.
a sport, what I mean by that, I'm not talking about literally kill you, but it can end your career. I mean, if you're playing football, you can get a CLs, MCLs, and never recover, and that's the same in track or basketball. But that academic and that brain, that knowledge that you're getting, that school stuff, man, they can't take that from you. So I think my most proud uh, achievement is him getting that 5.0, and of course getting accepted to Columbia University. It's an Ivy League school, man. It's hard to get in those Ivy League schools. What? I think it's like
Oh
3% uh, rate trying to get in. So yeah, yeah. That's how I feel about him, man.
Mm.
Academics.
So let me ask you this. You know, you're a father of an athlete, right?
Hmm.
Um, and you watched him grow into the man he is today, young man he is today. Um, what was the first when you first saw him run track? What did you think? Like when you saw him first run track, what did you think?
I thought that this is something that I think he's going to be good in because when Christian was small, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything, he used to run a whole lot. He never really tried to walk. He always tried to run. Every time I'm serious, every time he turned around, I had to keep my eye on him or he'll fall out the bed or something like that because he always wanted to run. And man, for some reason, that's what God did for him, man. He gave him those legs to get out there and run. But when I seen him run his first race, I thought that, okay, he's learning, but I thought that he would be a great runner, once he, got the proper training, once he ate right and it has his mental right because with track, you got to really be in it to win it. You can't go in there one day and say, I'm going to go ahead and run track, and then the next day, I don't feel like doing it. You got to keep doing it, and it's got to be repetitive over and over and over. And he did that and gave up football for that. He gave up basketball. He gave up baseball and soccer for it. So I knew that this is something that he really wanted to do. But his first race, man, was amazing, man. And to his credit, Christian was at the time when he was like around, I want to say 8 or 9 years old. I had him, man, carrying blocks down to the starting line. A lot of people sideways like, why is this little kid carrying blocks to the side? That's because he was trying to master it before he got into a certain age. And, a lot of times now, especially when he was in high school, his coach would tell him, show these people how to come out of the block. This is how you come out the block in the whole nine. Yeah, that first time I seen him run, I thought he was going to be an amazing runner.
Well, if he was sitting beside you right now, right, sitting right here, what would you want to say to him if he's sitting beside you? Something that he don't know that you really, how you feel about him and feel about his accomplishment and you feel about his future. What would you want to say to him right now? Something that he might not even know if he was sitting right beside you right now.
Okay, I would tell him that I always believed in him and everything that he always tried to do, no matter if I, didn't agree with what he wanted to do or whatever. But I always believed in he knew what he was doing, and and I've always had his back. And no matter what the deal is, whether he's running track or not, I'm gonna love him just the same. I just want him to keep his head up, keep thriving, and doing what he needs to do to become a man and be able to support himself and his family if he ever have one. But to let him know that I do love him very much, and everything he's done is not short of amazing. I mean, he's done it all. And for anybody that really want to know about Christian WIlbon, just Google him. The boy has done everything. I got 6 degrees. I have 6 college degrees. But
you have 6 college degrees.
Oh, you didn't see that? I could come for you in the school. College degrees, man. And I've been inducted to 7 honor society. So, and I'm still don't measure up to what Christian's done.
Yeah.
And you have 10 rings. Wait a minute. And you have 10 rings.
I got 10 rings.
Oh, man. Do one more time for other people to see it.
These are not fake. And for the ones that don't believe it, Google me.
Oh, okay.
He ain't gonna say it, but it remind me of that joke. Google me, bitch. Remember that kid? Google me, bitch. So you heard him. You heard what Kevin said.
Y'all say that. Y'all.
I said you ain't gonna say it. I said it for you. I say it for you. I know you ain't gonna say it.
On the real, I put in the time. I put in the work. The kids can vouch for me. I think I've sent it to a man truth. I think I sent him all of the different people that I have coached that went on to play professional ball in the whole 9 yards. And if you talk to them, they'll tell you Coach has been in my corner the whole time. And I don't ask him for money. I don't ask for anything. I did it for the love because I wanted to see young black men, make it. I didn't have that push. My parents, man, couldn't even come see me play basketball or run track because they had to work 2 and 3 jobs. And when I was living in Maryland, they were working in D.C. So they didn't have time to see me. But I always made a promise, if I ever became a coach, anybody that I coach, I'm going to push them to the max and try to help them out as much as I can. And that's where I'm at with that, man.
Yeah, I found it really means a lot for kids nowadays, especially when you have that coach. Like I coached a few kids in youth, And I've caught some high school games and stuff like that. And the first thing they say, they come up to me and say, "Hey, coach, man, I really appreciate you being at this game, or whatever." Just it doesn't even matter if it's just a regular game or I've seen a couple play in the championships, stuff like that. But they always really the good kids, really appreciate the ones you've been around for a while. Really appreciate you coming to see them and having that support. Like you said, like I've never. My father used to come to my game. My mother's never seen me play any sport except for basketball a little bit, but she had never seen me play any sport. But it wasn't because she didn't want to. It's just because she had things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, but when you have that support and that coach, regardless of your parents, when you have that coach that's still coming back and it meant something to you and coming to see your games, it's really a big thing for them. So I really commend you in trying to get to all the kids that you've had been in their life with coaching and stuff. How you been able to keep in touch with, and I wish I could have kept in touch with all the kids, but I still keep in touch with a few. But it's a big thing, and it makes you feel good too. Because let's not we know it makes you feel good too. It makes you feel good that they appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Not that you do it for that, but you do it because you want to see them strive and do better. But they appreciate that you help, because we do help raise a young man or young woman to appreciate the smaller things in life, the what comes to them and stuff like that. So I really commend you on that, man. That's a big thing.
Thank you for that, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I did put in a whole lot of work, but the thing is, my gratification out of all of this is to see somebody get to the next level, become a young man or a young woman, and be able, like I said, to support themselves, support their family, and the whole 9 yards. And the coaches out here, man, they gotten away from that. All they care about, and y'all probably say, yeah, you do too. No, I really don't care about the championships, but I got them. And my thing is not that I got, but that wasn't my only obstacle. I mean, the reason why I wanted to do that, but it came. So God, that was God's will. Being
I got one right there. You see it right there on that right there. That's a
where's that?
That trophy right there. You said big trophy right there. I ain't get no ring. That was you, but I got a trophy.
Well, I want.
But you know what though, real quick. I'm sorry, B. I think one of the proudest moments I've had recently as a kid. I didn't even really. I coached him for a little bit, but just to see him grow. He's an undrafted rookie right now for Chicago, for the Bears. He's on the team, trying to make the team, and I just to watch him go through high school and youth, and because I stopped seeing him regularly out at practice and stuff because he changed youth programs around when he was like 11 or 12. But I followed him and see him go through, and I watched him, and I watched another kid that he played with. He just graduated from what's the joint? Was it Morris? What's the joint in Atlanta? The
Morris Brown.
Yeah, Morris Brown. He just graduated from there, and the other kid is the he's an undrafted rookie. He just graduated from Michigan State. So the journey, like you said, the proudest moment is to see them doing what they want to do and strive at it at a good level. You know what I mean? So I can understand that.
Man, you seem like you down to earth, man. You're a good coach in the whole 9 yards, man. That's what we need, man. We, like I say, these coaches nowadays, man, it's for the glory and the money.
Oh, he just saying that for the camera. You believe that,
man.
I don't believe that.
But
I'm gonna tell you why. I ain't got no money.
I ain't either. So
I had the money, I'll be like, yeah, well, I wasn't really. I ain't got no money. But
yeah,
I want this your pop your collar moment, right? You ready to pop your collar? You already showed us the ring, but let's pop your collar real quick before we get into today's sports.
Okay.
And Darius gonna segue us into that, right? But and don't worry, we gonna get your son in next week. We gonna get him in here. If you want to come back with him, we encourage that, and then we gonna get y'all in studio, because in studio it's a different beast. You know what I mean? But y'all do y'all thing, so y'all will be all right.
Okay.
But let's have that pop your collar moment.
Okay.
Name some of the players you have coached.
Oh man, I don't know if a lot of these people know him, man. Y'all know Sam Young used to play with Friendly. In ended up going to the Memphis Grizzlies. That was one. Then I had James Gist. He played with Maryland. I don't know if y'all remember him. He went to good. He ended up going to San Antonio Spurs. Okay. Then I had Chris Howard. He was at Friendly. He played for South Florida, University. I had Lloyd Phillips. He played for Illinois State. I had Calvin Hampton. He played for Oregon State. Deron Washington, he was over there at National Christian University. He ended up going to, I think it was Detroit Pistons. I coached against Patrick Ewing's son when they played against us when I was at Friendly, so and I popped my collar a little bit to them, they made it to the professional rankings. It's hard to get kids.
It's hard. Yeah.
I'm telling you, especially back then, because back then, man, everybody was balling, so those were the 6 people and Joe Hayden, Joe Hayden played ball for me, he ended up going to Florida, getting that national championship in football. He ended up going to Cleveland Browns and then Pittsburgh, and he's retired now.
Yep.
Oh,
that's
man,
amazing.
Amazing. So we're going to talk a little bit about sports. We're going to let my man DMVD Nice segue over a little bit about the pro sports.
Okay.
And we,
all
like
right.
I said, we definitely gonna get you back in the studio, and we shooting for your son next week. So we can get him, let him tell his side of the story. You know what I mean?
Man, listen.
So somebody can pop up on the screen and say, "Are you really decorated?"
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, if you don't come, maybe you should do it.
Come down with a bag you can barely carry of medals, bro. He got 300.
Oh, he definitely. Well, we bringing you back on with him because, like I said, you family now.
You gonna have to help him carry the bag.
Yeah. We want both of y'all back on next Tuesday night. We shoot for next Tuesday. You know what I mean? But we'll get that together. I know y'all busy. But let's go ahead and get it. Go ahead, DM. Be nice. Take it over.
But definitely it was a pleasure, Coach. I definitely enjoyed the talk. Hey, you know what? We talking basketball. Let's talk a little about the Wizards. Wizards had summer league. They had some good young first-year players and second-year players actually show out this summer league. I don't know if you've been tracking, but let's just talk about how impressed you were with the games they played. They did lose today. They sat their top players. AJ didn't play. Trey Johnson didn't play. Will Riley didn't play. But talk about they sat out and they lost today, but they played the first 2 games and they look good. I mean, tell me what you expect the Wizards to do this year, and I impressed you all with these young kids that they got going forward, picking AJ and Trey Young and the picks they got.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm excited for them because within the last, I want to say 10 years, they've been doing some crazy recruiting and crazy picking people, man. They remind me of the old Redskins where they would go out and get a vet that's already on his way out and pay him $100 million. He only played for 1 season, and he's going. See, with the Wizards now, they're getting all of these young players that they can get and groom so they can start playing together in the whole 9 yards. And then they look good. These young players that they're getting now, can actually ball, man. They will either have maybe 1 or 2 people that can ball and everybody else, man, was just there. But now I think they're going to have something somewhat of a chemistry now, and they'll be able to run. I think they're going to do good in the East. Yeah. I think they'll do real good.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, really, you got a good young mix of young players and some veterans, Trey Young, and we'll see what's going to happen with if they're going to sign Anthony Davis or if you're going to get the big contract.
And the thing is, they still have some young pieces like, Reese. Like even Reese, I don't know if he's still on. I think he's still on.
He's still on the roster. He played.
Oh man,
they got Shariq Cooper still.
Yeah, they
still got some people.
They got some good pieces, and I like what they doing. I still, street clothes. I mean, I know everybody all happy about, but I call them street clothes posse. I think he one of the captains of it, Anthony Davis.
He definitely the captain.
He and
him and Zion Williamson.
Yep. I mean, they run the team. They you know what I mean? If it's a Olympics for street clothes posse, it's them 2. There's 2 of them. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he's asking for the super max. I wouldn't pay him the max he's asking for, though.
He can't even. He still got 2 years on this contract, right? Am I correct?
Dude,
this year, next year, I believe he still got 2 years. He's getting 58 this year. Yeah,
They can go deep now. See, at one
Yeah.
time, they go to the bench, but they
Yeah.
got some players, man. They can come off, and it's just like they ain't losing nothing on the floor now, and they make a
And
Yeah,
they
I was
difference.
brought
looking at
and they
I'm
brought
looking at
Patrick
something
Ewing
the other
in.
day.
They help him out. They brought Patrick Ewing in. That was a good
Yeah,
pickup. I like
That's a
that.
good move. I looked at their depth. The difference between even when they were pretty good, like when Wall was here, when Reedus was here, when they made their little playoff run,
yeah,
the depth right now is ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
they go 2 or 3 deep at every position right now. Like
Yep.
I really
Yep.
do. I'm with B on this one. I will not bet my life that Anthony Davis plays 60 to 70 games. I hope he does because
right.
if he does and he plays well,
We're gonna
like
be, we're
we
gonna
got
be,
all stars on this team that if they play well, they play up to their even to 75 to 80% of their potential. We
play,
got a good team.
playoff run.
Trey Johnson, I really like that dude. I like last year's pick, Trey Johnson. I really like that dude. I mean, he got that instant. He got that killer in him. Like he gonna take the shot. He's not afraid of the moment. And I really love that because he's young and it's not that's not a thing that everybody has. You know what I
No,
mean? So
No.
front court we got. Look at the height. What we
yeah,
got?
yeah.
Oh
7
yeah.
foot,
Oh yeah.
11, 6, 10, 7 feet.
11.
Crazy.
Uh, Trey is the shortest dude that's gonna be out there. Everybody else, man, they're gonna have a field day, man. They're gonna have a block party. They're
Is it gonna
gonna,
be Lob? Is it gonna be Lob City though?
it's gonna be
Yeah,
long.
It
Yeah,
should
yeah.
it should be. It should be.
it should be. And you know, you
Exactly.
got a good guard in Trey Johnson because he can dish the dimes.
Yep.
So I think they're gonna be good, man. I'm excited for them, man. And like I say, I'm straight homeschool. I don't care what school it is. If it's Maryland, Georgetown, anybody in Maryland or DC area, that's what I'm going for. I'm not a outsider. When I was in the military, I was down at Fort Hood in Texas, and man, I
Yeah.
think the person that was going for the Redskins back then. But then when I went to a game, man, I seen so many Redskin fans in Dallas. I was
Like
like,
where y'all come from?
yeah, I was from, man. So we go deep, man. Just like how
Yeah.
Dallas fans in our stands, you see those Washington fans in their stands, man. Yeah, man. And then with Georgetown, man, I was stationed. I can give y'all stories left and right. I was stationed at Fort Bragg when Georgetown was playing North Carolina. And I was in North Carolina when that happened. And everybody was going to North Carolina. I was going for Georgetown. And then my man threw the ball to the wrong person, man.
Oh yeah.
The wrong version, yeah.
I'm like, oh, we up, man. We got what, 7, 8 seconds left. Dude, Fred Brown threw the ball to the wrong person, man. I was like, can't help
All right, we got one question. Do you believe in the Wizards coaching?
Ooh, that's a good question.
not gonna sit there, man, real jump off and say yeah, because to me, they gotta prove it, bro. They got actually gotta prove because they got a good nucleus. What you gonna do with them?
Correct.
So we gotta see what they're gonna do, man. I would say the first maybe 15 games, you can really tell what's what with them.
Yeah.
If them jokers go 0-15, fire the whole staff.
Yes, I agree. He was given a job as an interim the previous season, and they gave him a job last year. Obviously, they had a young team, but yeah, the first 30 games, you gotta see some progression. They gotta be 500. They can't start off 0-10. It can't start off like they usually start and be in a hole. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping they put it together. We'll see how it goes.
I think they will.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna transition to one more athlete in basketball. Obviously, he's a veteran. He decided not to return back to the Lakers. Where is LeBron going? Where y'all think LeBron going?
Still going.
Go ahead.
Where he going?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Okay. It's only two places I think he's going. Everybody thinking he's doing this, that, and the other. It's only two places that make sense to me. Right? And I said this in the middle. What did I say in the beginning of the year? No, in the middle of the year. I said LeBron either gonna go to Cleveland or Washington.
I was hoping he was coming to Washington.
I was saying
he's not coming to Washington.
I know.
Wait a minute. The only reason I said Washington because not only he was praising the Wizards, but I said this before the Wizards was making their moves and stuff. but to solidify his thing like Jordan, I said
Yeah.
it would make sense for him to come back to Washington, come to Washington, right? And
Hmm.
play with a good team. I mean, and actually do
That's
something with that team, right?
Yeah.
Now, now I didn't say it was gonna happen. I just said that that would be one place, and I said going home to finish his career, to, to go home. Now they did throw a couple in there like Golden State, and I think nah, they did throw the Spurs out there lately. They said the Spurs, you know what I mean? You know, but I really think he's going to either be in Cleveland or Washington
Okay. I said, I didn't even think about Washington. I think that would be a great place for him to be. But I always said he's going to end
with
up
AD because that's who we want to play with.
right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's his boy. You're right. And that would make sense if he did that. He come, to play with them. I think they'll do some damage. I really think not just because it's him, but because he'll bring the energy. He'll bring the experience. He'll bring the
Ticket sales.
That's right. And the most ticket sales.
I don't even come here.
Y'all remember when Jordan came here?
But I'm not.
Yeah,
it's going to stunt the growth for the young players, though. I mean, yeah, it was
see,
good.
I don't want to come here because I still want to see if I can go to some cheap Wizards games in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
If he come here, the ticket price gonna rise before you even get to the thing on stands. But I actually don't. I'm not sure. I'm actually really not sure about stunting the growth because I think
I don't
LeBron
think
is
he
a really,
would.
really good teacher, and he knows the game. If you talk to players, like he knows the game, like he knows the
His
game. He
IQ
knows
is
what's going to
crazy.
happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen before it happens, right? But on the other hand, we got Will Riley, Kaishan George, AJ DeBaster, Bilal I can never say his last name.
Koulibaly.
Koulibaly.
Koulibaly. We got all these wing players, all these young wing players that need to play. You know what I'm saying? And if LeBron is here, now he wouldn't have to play
I was gonna
for
say
maybe 25, maybe 30 minutes a night. But we still need them guys to play in order for like I said, I mean, he's still a good teacher. He can still show them the game and stuff. But I think it'll be hard for them to
He would
get
be the
acclimated.
ultimate teacher, especially with the coaches that they have right now. I think he would be an ultimate teacher.
And I think they will listen to him.
Yeah,
Yes.
They'll listen to
I
him.
agree. I just think, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I definitely wouldn't mind it. I'm kind of with D Nice a little bit on that about stunting the growth, but I don't know if he would stunt the growth. I think it would help their growth. I just don't think we would see it as immediate as we want to see it, if that makes any sense.
Well, if he does come to the Wizard, man, then what's gonna happen with Bronny?
Exactly.
I don't know what's happening with Bronny now.
It's a package deal right now. It's a package deal.
But I heard this.
I mean, because he gonna follow Pops.
Yeah.
The Lakers.
Is he still on the contract? He's still on the contract, so I mean they got to trade him.
I think they just guaranteed his contract or something like that.
Yeah, they did.
I think he gonna stay in LA. I think
You think so?
I hope he needs some separation. I hope he does get some separation.
I think his son is in the league. He's done his part. I think right now, I think that he's gonna go. He's gonna say you have your own legacy right now. This, that, and the other.
I hope so.
But I think LeBron want to go somewhere. It's not so and solidify, the ending, and it only makes sense to me is Cleveland or DC. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Laker fan. I'm a home fan first. I love the Lakers. I love them with Kobe. You feel what I'm saying? That's just I love Kobe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
My thing is, I just see it makes sense for him to either come here or go to Cleveland.
Okay.
2 places.
I mean, we gotta wait and see, man, because like I said, he's like a lottery pick. Everybody want him, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People don't fake like they don't want him. People could say that, them fans, some crazy fans or whatever. They don't want man. Braun is an upgrade to any team he go to.
Anybody's team, they can say what they want. I don't care if he is 40-something. He goes to somebody's team, they're gonna come out and watch him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like you said, if he can keep down his minutes too, like he'll be a great addition to any team. Like especially if you had to play 40 minutes a night, 35, 40 minutes a night, he can come out and be fresh every game. I mean, he's durable. He's usually pretty durable. So
yeah.
So I ain't got no beef with LeBron. I like Kobe. I like LeBron. I like George. I like all of them, man, because they winners. People say what they want to say about LeBron. He's a winner. You know,
Yeah.
maybe
He won a chip on every team he been on.
exactly. So my thing, even he's a difference maker. They can
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so, yeah. So you know, people that talk bad about him, man, they don't know basketball. I shouldn't say
Yeah.
that.
It's always gonna be that debate. It's always gonna be that debate. Hey, this has been a great show. Definitely enjoyed talking to you, Coach. I know we can talk sports all night, but we
No,
definitely gotta do this
wait a
again.
minute. We ain't gonna let him do that because he getting sleepy. We got 5 more minutes, man. And I want to do this.
Because he gets
What,
sleepy.
what you? I mean, we can talk
No,
more.
no,
What you
I
want?
got
What you
one
want to talk?
last thing because, like, listen, we're not gonna get into. I like to talk baseball. We're not gonna do that, right? We're not gonna get into hockey. We're not gonna get into
I know
none
we
of
can
that
talk
right
World
now.
Cup. We can talk all
Yeah,
that.
we can talk World Cup because I've been, I like Messi. You know what I mean? Been saying that, but look, we're gonna get into this right now. The Commanders, right?
Them a
Right,
boy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Commander. You can go back
All
to the
right.
Redskins, but I want to say this: like, we got this thing going on, and I'm gonna be real, right? If you were Brandon Ayuk
Yeah.
coach back in the day, if you was his young coach, if you was a coach as him with him being a young boy, like being real, and you know, um, what would you say to him right now?
As him being a coach.
No, as you being his coach, if you were his coach, and with the things that he's doing,
That he's been doing.
um, yeah, what would you say to him? What message would you get to him with the things that he's doing? He's got things going on. Um, he has some valid things going on, and I think the media can twist things and make it a
Yeah.
little different than what it is. They could definitely do that. But what
Okay.
advice would you give Brandon right now? Right now, what would
I,
you give him?
and I would tell Brandon, you know, all of this is going to go. This goes with the territory. This is what you signed up for. Things like that does happen. You're going to have mishaps. You're going to have problems and stuff like that. But you got to, like I was saying earlier, you got to tune all that mess out. You got to stay focused and keep your mind on what you came here to do, and just hang in there and just be the best person that you can be, and don't let the outside world influence, or especially social media, get to you, because that's what they do. You're a good player, and you just need to, you know. But I'm done with it. Silence all the critics and all the mess that's going on out there.
Now, Stephon Diggs or Brandon, who would you pick up?
Brandon. Now I'm playing. Stephon.
Okay,
I
you
would.
take Diggs. You take the homeboy.
You know why I would pick Stephon Diggs? People can say what they want to say about Stephon Diggs. He's a beast.
He is.
He is a
Yep.
beast. He's a difference maker as well. I don't care, his personal business is personal business. People's, that's the problem. Everybody worrying about everybody's personal business. What I stick to is what they do in their sport. If he's good in his sport, he's good in his sport. And I mean, he's a good counsel, Maryland, homeboy. I think he would do
Mhm.
great as a receiver, for the Washington Commanders, and yeah, I think they should get him. Me personally, I think they should get him anyway.
I think they are.
I
I
think
think
they
they are.
should.
I think
I
they are.
actually been rooting for, because listen, like you said, he puts up numbers. I mean,
He do.
even in sort of a down year last year, like he had 85 catches, barely 1,000 yards, but he had 85 catches. And he only played. They say he played like 49% of the snaps or something like that. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot.
That
New
is.
England didn't have other receivers like that. They were not. He was the main target a lot of times. So to still produce at that level, he come here. We talking about Terry, who's always produced,
Right.
alleviating pressure. Oh man, I think it'll be
And remember, he's 2 years. He last year's coming off the ACL injury, so this be his second
2 years
year
removed. And we all
off the
know about
injury.
ACL.
So yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I do. I had
Well,
one.
that's the reason why he would be great for anybody's team, because he is definitely a decoy. Because you're not going to sit there and let Stephon Diggs get off, because if you leave him alone, he's going to do some damage to you anyway. So you're going to
Yep.
have to pay attention to him. So if you got these other receivers here that we got with the Commanders, what that defense going to do? If we get a good running game, man, it's going to
Yeah.
be. We get a decent running. They got to protect. First, they got to protect Jay.
Yeah.
Dayton, that right there is half the battle because he's gonna pick you apart if they.
Yep.
That's one. Two, if we got a good running game, it's gonna open up our receiving game anyway. So
They'll have a good running game. I
yeah,
agree. They should have it.
I'm excited for them. They gave us a hard schedule. Everybody keep talking about we got the hardest schedule in the league. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna defeat the odds. I mean, it is what it is.
It starts off tough. Mm-hmm.
Are you comfortable with the wide receiver room right now?
Huh?
Are you comfortable with the wide receiver room right now, or do you think we need to go out and get one more veteran?
I think we need to go out and get one more veteran.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you go I think that would complete the core. And I think we'll have, a lot of good people coming off the bench that can relieve, people that's out there in the whole 9 yards. Stephon don't even have to play every down. He don't have to play every down. For what? Put him in on big downs, man. Put him on 3rd and 5.
He's that dude that I think he showed, especially last year. He's that 3rd down dude that 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 36. Some of that mid range, like he gonna get 8 yards and get you the first down. He gonna get you 9. He gonna get you. He's still a great route runner.
If you put him in there, you don't even know if Jay Daniels is gonna run. He's 7 yards. So you're gonna have a problem if you got receivers, So I say we should go out and get a vet. But if you're gonna get a vet, get somebody like Stephon Diggs. Don't get an old vet that can't do nothing. That was the Redskins, man.
Exactly. That's an old team.
Somebody great grandfather and come in and they only play 1 year, get all this money, then they gone. And then cap is all messed up. We can't go out, trade for nobody and get nobody. Man, get Stephon Diggs because I think he's a marketable player. He's an excellent player, and whether you like him or not, he gets results.
And y'all heard it from the coach. Now we're gonna do rapid fire, and this is the last segment. This is rapid fire. We're gonna ask you questions. You get you're gonna get 1 word answers, right? And we're gonna do rapid fire. I'm gonna start it off. Right? Chicken or steak?
Steak.
Joey?
Italian or Chinese?
Italian.
I can't think of one right now.
I got you. No,
Basketball or track? Basketball or track? Basketball or track?
Track.
There you
At
go.
home on Sunday, watching the football game in front of your favorite TV, or at the game?
Almost on the TV because I hate the traffic.
Hate the traffic.
Yes, I agree with that.
What y'all think?
Listen, I've been to the game.
Jordan LeBron.
Jordan.
Oh.
Jordan. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm old school, bro. I love LeBron. Don't get me wrong. LeBron is a beast, but Jordan is too, man. And the reason why I say Jordan, because Jordan used to take a beating, bro. He got in that weight room. He got in that weight room when it was lights out. So yeah. LeBron, big dude already. LeBron, man, if LeBron played, a lot of people say LeBron couldn't play back in the day. I disagree. Because he could get away with a lot of stuff that he can't get away with. You elbow, Lambert in the face, they ain't gonna do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Yes, you know what's crazy about Jordan? He was so good that he turned me into from somebody that didn't like him. Because I like the Pistons. I was a bad boy.
Yeah, me too. I was a bad
turned
boy.
Turned me from that to actually really, really liking his game. Like,
yeah, he appreciated it.
Like, and I'm a basketball. Derek DT, we play basketball. BT, we play basketball all the time. We play. Do you remember we used to go out in the cold when it was like 60 degrees on the court? We go out there and drop 50 in the night. Go out there and play basketball. But so just to watch Jordan and like I said, evolve his game throughout his years and get stronger and adapt. He made me a believer, dog. Like.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna keep. I wasn't a Jordan fan, but I appreciate him, so we ain't gonna keep talking about him. But yeah,
man, I'm with you on that because I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Len Bias fan, bro. And when Len Bias was playing, and he used to take Jordan to the hoop, bro. He used to take him to town. I'm not a North Carolina Tar Heel fan. I'm definitely not no Duke fan at all.
Heck no.
That's him. That's him right there. That guy right there.
Maryland. And I'm gonna tell you why I like Duke because my man used to live next door to me. Y'all know Johnny Dawkins, right?
Yeah.
Duke lived right next door to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Back in high school in DC when Mackin was. right next door to me. He actually was supposed to be going to school out there where I was, but he was an assistant. He played with Duke, and he was assistant coach with Duke.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Johnny. See,
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
and
remember Johnny.
listen, I am a fan of Duke, and let me tell you how I became a fan. 'Cause
What?
I was a running rebel. Now,
UNLV.
yeah, I was Grant Hill. Grant Hill was a single person. Grant Hill. I hated Leitner. I hated early. Grant Hill. I saw Grant Hill come here and play in the Capitol Classic. I went to the game. I was young. And I saw this dude play. And I had to know where he was going. When he said Duke, I said, oh my God. But when I saw that man step on that court,
That was it.
that was done. That was done. Done deal.
But see, I wasn't a Cowboy fan because his father used to play with the Cowboys. Remember?
Yeah.
One of the main reason why I didn't
I
like
didn't know nothing about that at that time. I was like
Yeah.
in middle school.
Well, I believe if you
with
from
Fred.
this area, you shouldn't like Duke, but that's my personal thing. I just don't think I don't believe that's like a DC Maryland person liking the Cowboys. I just think it's just don't belong.
But I don't fault you, bro. You gotta like who you like. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
But I like
I
Maryland too.
just don't believe. I don't
See,
believe in it.
I'm not wearing them. He got blue on too. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I just don't do that.
But I like
let me.
listen. I was in Baltimore at the time when Juan Dixon was in high school. We was up there. We was at Morgan at the time, so I seen Juan play. I love Juan Baxter.
Yeah.
A couple of them guys came to the gym when we was at intramurals. Came over to Morgan and watched us play intramurals. I like them guys. I just, like I said, it just went back to 90, 91 when I was young and I saw this dude play, and I said and then I just liked other players they had, you know.
Right.
Like I said, I wasn't a Hurley fan. I was not a Leitner fan.
Right.
At all.
I'm gonna say this, and this is we're gonna round it out. I'm gonna say this, man, and I just want y'all prediction, yes, no, and then it's gonna be it. Yes, no. This draft class right now, with Boozer, Caleb, AJ, Peterson, what's that boy? What's that boy? I can't say his name, from Arkansas. But with this draft class, do y'all believe that they will rival the 2003 draft class with Braun, Bosch, Wade, and
Melo wasn't Melo in that? Was Melo in that?
And what Melo was in that draft? Do you think they will rival? Because people are saying
No, Melo wasn't in that draft. He wasn't in that draft.
it wasn't Melo. Okay,
he wasn't in that draft because Melo was in the draft. He went. It was Darko, Melo. I forgot who
was in the draft. Carmelo was in the draft with LeBron because they were talking to each other in the draft room, sitting down.
Yeah.
Just sitting there talking to each other.
I don't think he was, dog. I don't think he was.
I promise you on everything I love, Melo was in that draft.
Melo was.
Melo was definitely in that draft. They were talking to each other in the draft. They were cracking jokes. I remember it.
You might be right. You might be right.
And I'm gonna answer your question. No.
You don't think so?
Like you already said it.
I in my heart of hearts, I believe it. I think Caleb didn't get a chance to show the world what he can do because he didn't make it to the tournament. He could have easily went 1, 2, 3. I think
no, that was a good draft class because you're right. The top five are, well, except for, I mean, I guess Darko Milicic might throw that joint down a little bit, but it was LeBron, Darko, Carmelo, Chris, Dwayne Wade.
Yes. And what was the top 5 in this draft?
It was the Baxter, Peterson, Boozer,
Caleb.
Wilson. I forgot who went 5, but it was a guard that I thought A-Cup should have went 5, but it was another guard.
Yes.
I think it was Wagner.
The dude from Illinois.
So again, you said no, coach. You say Darius, what you say? And Joey, you gonna finish it off.
I mean, it's too early to tell right now.
No. We didn't say what it is. We asked you, what do you think? We're not doing no safe betting. We ain't doing sense betting. Let's tell me what you think.
About this year's draft compared to them?
Do you think, with what you've seen and the talent that was drafted from the tournament, from last year's play, to what you've seen in the tournament so far, and the NCAA tournament, do you think that this draft potentially can rival that 2003 draft?
Yes.
Oh, he said potential. See, I didn't hear the potentially.
Yeah.
My bad.
It has a potentially. Yes, it can potentially.
Yes.
Yes.
I said
Yeah.
yes, potentially yes.
Okay.
And that needs to be seen.
Yeah, I
That to
think
be
so
seen.
too. But I think the reason why potentially also is because I believe, like I said, Darko takes that class kind of that top 5 down. You know what I mean? Like Chris
Mm-hmm.
Bosh didn't play; he got hurt, so he couldn't play out the rest of his career. But we
Right.
got 3 high level Hall of Famers with Wade, Melo, and LeBron. But this, I think Peterson's gonna be something. I think the Bats are gonna be something. Like all these dudes in the top 4 of this draft, maybe fifth one too.
Boozer,
But
Caleb.
the top 4 in this draft look like they gonna be all really, really, really high level players in the league. So yes, potentially, yes, they can match that draft class.
See,
Will they?
we don't
Who knows?
know. We don't know. See,
Yeah.
I didn't think Cooper was gonna go there and act crazy. Cooper Flat, I didn't think he was gonna go to the NBA act crazy the way he acted. So you don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I knew he
Yeah.
was in college, but I didn't think he was gonna go off like that.
But see, here's the thing that boy that went from Purdue, he gonna ball, man. Y'all thinking y'all sleeping on that boy? That white boy from Purdue, he
Yeah.
Oh,
gonna
he
do his
went like
thing.
20 something. Didn't he go in the second round or something? Didn't he go?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, he gonna immediately he gonna be an immediate impact on the team that he went on. I
See, a lot of
promise.
Yeah,
people,
I think he's just gonna be a regular guy though. I mean, he's
lot,
gonna be a
I
solid
mean,
contributor.
lot of
I don't
people
think he.
round, third round, them the ones, man, that get out there and act a fool. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I seen him play. I'm not. I mean, he could pass. He was like you say, he was a leading assistant
He
too, but
in the league.
he's short. First of all, he's
It don't
not
matter.
that athletic.
Jalen,
But
your
I'm not
boy
saying
just
he's not
won a
gonna be great.
championship.
Who?
Your boy just won a championship being small.
Who?
He ain't. They ain't gonna want him
Yeah,
to
but
shoot.
this dude ain't
They
even
gonna want
that.
him to pass. They gonna want him to dish
This
the
dude is
ball. But
5'10" though.
yeah, it's
Ain't that
okay.
dude like 5'10"?
Listen,
He's
it's,
like a
so is the
5'10".
one
I
they
mean,
said.
for real, he's like
So is the one
5'10".
they said. So is the one they said is
Listen,
6'3".
I'm not saying he's not gonna be a pretty good player. I'm just saying he's just a regular guy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a regular
It
guy
ain't
to me.
regular
Like I don't think
leading all time leading in
and
assists.
Purdue.
Man,
So
all time leading in assists.
I mean
All
that
time.
ain't.
When you put
I,
all time in front of something, all time, not in.
Big,
No, he passed Hurley. It wasn't in Purdue.
right.
He passed Hurley. It
uh,
was in college.
how many years
It
did he
wasn't.
play?
It wasn't Purdue. It was
How many years did he
college.
play? How many
Right.
years did he play?
Dog in
He
college.
played like 12 years, didn't he?
Nah. Okay. But
Nah,
anyway,
I'm messing. But no,
but we go.
it is a good thing. I'm just saying when he get to the league, he's just a regular dude. He's not. He doesn't move the meter for me.
Okay, we'll see.
I didn't say he was
We'll
that.
see.
Okay, I'm just
We'll
telling
see.
you.
Time will
We'll
tell.
see.
Time will tell.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Well, we want to thank you. We want to thank you, Coach, Doctor.
No,
Which one do you go by, Doctor or
Coach
Coach? Which one
Doctor.
you like
Coach
better?
Doctor.
like Coach Doctor.
Coach
See, I
Doctor.
knew it. Coach Doctor.
Coach Doctor.
And
So
a
Coach Doctor, we want to thank you. We definitely gonna get your son in here. And
dude, I'm a coach and I'm a doctor. So when I go
and,
to a coach, they be like, "Hey, coach," I'm like, "Nah, my name is Doctor."
and
There you
your
go.
father and your
Hey,
veteran.
you earned it. You earned it.
Coach Doc, Mr. Kevin. That's his name. Coach Doc,
Yeah.
Mr. Kevin.
We want to thank you
Kevin.
definitely for taking the time with us.
God is good. I'm just happy I'm alive and I'm still able to go out and do the things that I do, man. So, y'all gonna be hearing a lot more from me, man, a little bit later on down the road or whatever. But, my son, man, he's definitely gonna be somebody to be reckoned with. We trying to get him right, get him ready for next year in the whole 9 yards. And
We bringing him on. We bringing him on next week, and we getting y'all in studio in August, early September. We getting y'all in studio.
yeah, we want to get in that studio. We definitely want to, and I want to get him some exposure in the whole 9 yards. We don't go out and do a whole lot. If you go on Instagram, I know I got some stuff on Instagram, not that much, but I got a lot of followers. He got pretty, some good followers in the whole 9 yards, but we not as loud as we want to be. But I want to make sure that he's straight before he go back to school. You know what I'm saying? So,
we got you.
All right.
We got you.
All right.
We got you. And thanks a lot. Where can we find you
Definitely was a pleasure.
one more thing before we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got 2 nephews, man, that's doing some good stuff, man. His name, one is Dr WIlbon. He plays for Einstein High School out there in Montgomery County. He's gonna be something, man, to watch.
That's where I'm at.
That's where you at? Okay, yeah.
Montgomery County.
Dr WIlbon, man. So look out for him. I got a nephew that's doing big things. His name is Adam Carter. His Instagram name is Ace Carter. And my son, Kevin WIlbon. He, like I say, man, he's a fluent poet, man. He can get out there. He can do his thing, man, on the mic, on the stand up. And my son, he's a up and coming professional DJ, Kevin WIlbon Jr. So I just want to shout out to them in the whole nine. Y'all out there because I believe in putting family on, man.
So what school does Ace go to?
Ace, Adam, well, he's a little older now. Adam graduated, I think, he graduated from DeMatha.
Okay.
He graduated, played football for DeMatha.
Okay.
So, you know, he sell cars and everything, man, but he does a whole lot of stuff on Instagram. So if you go to Ace Carter, you'll definitely see his. And then with my son, his name is Kev_Chris. And you look at his stuff and he's doing, I got some talented people in my family, not only in sports, but, you know, in entertainment as well. So, man, check them out, man. You know, KJ, Kevin WIlbon Jr., you know, he's a DJ. If y'all ever need a DJ for your parties, stuff like that, he plays everything, man, and, you know, at a great price and everything. And, yeah, man, you know, I just like putting people on.
Yeah, well, you know, we got DJ booths. We got 2 DJ booths at the studio.
Oh, so good. Y'all got DJ, so y'all good. Y'all
no. We could bring him in and get the. We said we got a booth. We didn't say nothing about the DJ. We can bring him in. We definitely could bring him in.
All right, definitely do that, man. Hey, anytime y'all need him, y'all let me know.
I'm gonna tell you what. This is what we gonna do. When we bring you in on the live show, you and your son on the live show, we can let him be the guest DJ on the show.
Man, that'll be a party, man.
We're gonna do that.
That'll work.
There you go.
Probably watching this, so I'm gonna let them know that'll be great. Y'all need to bring my son on, man. Let him spit for y'all, man, because
we'll bring him on. We'll make it a family affair.
Make it a family affair, because he'll spit some stuff about sports, bro, off the top of his head, man. I mean, he's really like that, man. Seriously. Man.
Well, we thank you, man, and you can check us out on Next Flex Sports on everything. Just follow us. We also CKB Studios. Also, your sister said, you know, you shouting out everybody, but you ain't, you know what I mean? Your sister's a baker.
Oh, that's right. My sister, man, she cooked anything. You name it. Bakeries and stuff. She's really a baker, but any kind of food that you want her to cook, she can cook, bro.
Is she here?
Huh?
Is she here?
She's in Gaithersburg.
So, so you know
around
what
your
we
way.
can do. So this is what we can do. I live in Gaithersburg.
This is what we can do. I live in Gaithersburg.
On the show, what we can do
you can
on
taste
the
test
show, if she don't make it to the show, which she can make it to the show, right?
My sister Cheryl Rose, my sister-in-law Cheryl can bake too. My wife, everybody.
Well, that's what we can do. We can have a whole spread. She take care of everybody.
Whole spread for you.
We can make a whole spread. Listen, and I will pick it up. I'm in Gaithersburg. I can pick it up, or they could come down to the studio and we can bring the food and sample. We can make it a family affair.
There you go.
You got man, and she can cook, man. Y'all really need to check her out. I'm talking about anything, any kind of cakes, pies, and stuff. Man. She's good with it. You know, have any kind of event or something like that, man, go to her. She'll take care of you, man. And go to my son, the DJ. He'll take care of y'all. I'm for real. Oh, she just put it up.
He said Germantown.
There you go. It
don't matter. Germantown, I'm on the cusp of Gaithersburg. I can get to you in 5 minutes. Don't worry. I'm
down the street.
So thank you, man. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for coming on. It's been a blessing to meet you. When you hit my inbox, I was just going through my inbox and I was like, oh man, snap, I missed this message. And next thing you know, I was like, man, let me see what's going on here. So, man, like I said, y'all need to start checking your inboxes. Or everybody, check your inboxes because there's jewels in them inboxes, right? It ain't just creeps in your inboxes. There's some jewels in there. And I'm telling you, that's a jewel right there. Man, you're amazing, man. You're amazing. Not only an amazing black man, you're an amazing man. You're a man amongst men. You feel what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
You're a man amongst men. I said men amongst men. But with that being said, man, thank you. We're going to have your son on behalf of me and the Next Flex Sports Podcast, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And until the next time, stay black.
We out. It was a pleasure.